people with no skill sets running across to third world countries to try to see a beach because they ain't got no money, but they got your $1,000 a month, and then it doesn't even work. Who's listening to this from Thailand?
No, I mean, some of our potential clients are going to be like, damn it, he's right.
Yeah, to ship everybody's jobs offshore if they let me, and which is the problem we're in right now. But guess what? Every time we tried. What role do backlinks play in plumber SEO, and are they important in 2025? Guys, I want to break down this category, where it started, what it means, if they're lying to you about it today, if you should be getting them done at all. So, been doing this for 15 years. I think it was 2012 and 13, Google released something called the Penguin Update. Local didn't start till 2005.
Right.
So it was called Google Local back then, and they still show local people, local plumbers, and local contractors. Then it went to Google Places, then Google My Business, Google Business Profile, and I think I missed one in there somewhere.
Google My Business.
Google My Business. I just said it.
Oh, did you say my? I didn't hear the my.
I did.
My bad.
I kind of slurred that one, but it was
My bad.
Yeah, Jesus. All right. So anyway, but yeah. So as far as you guys getting up there, they started doing this and started looking at it. This was the origin of Google, was to do a backlink, and it would tell whether you were going to show up or not. It was somebody's best plumber in Fort Worth, where we're located, and it had a backlink pointing to them, like another website literally had an underlined word, and it was like plumbers and plumber in Raleigh, NC, and it was underlined, and it would literally link to your website. And so that was called a backlink, and it worked fine for just a little bit until everybody tried to trick Google.
Yeah, well, everybody else figured out how it worked.
Yeah, they had just this really simple algorithm, and they said, hey, man, this is pretty simple. If we can exploit this one thing, we'll show up at the top of search ranking. Now, it was a little bit Wild West back then as far as plumbers are concerned. It really didn't kick in on all this until 2005, because that was the first that it really started to sink in with local search anyway.
Right.
Local search being, that's when the map showed up. So before then, everybody just had a website.
Yeah.
And now everybody just wants the map to show up, but the maps show up because of the overall brand, the fact that you have a website and a Google account, and maybe at one point a really good domain authority, aka backlinks.
Right.
So these links pointing back, Google didn't like it. They did not like it at all. These are old school metrics of SEO. When people say, what is SEO and is SEO dead? SEO's not dead. People show up on Google and get daily call volume in your market. They show up on Maps and Organic and Gemini AI and ChatGPT, all these non-paid items, because the algorithms and the AI are digesting that brand signal.
Right.
But you need all of this in order for it to work properly. So you guys just want maps, but all these other things are important. So dial forward to today, and at one point it was 100% the algorithm.
Yeah.
What percentage would you say? I'll let you say it. We hadn't rehearsed this. What would you say the percentage of metrics of a backlink is for someone's success as a plumber to show up in ranking?
In local?
In local.
Less than 20%, maybe less than 10, because we keep saying backlinks, but we're not qualifying it at all.
No, we're not. Citations and
things like we like to say links out of Mumbai, where you buy backlinks. Those are nearly worthless. Yeah. Now, a local link, if you're a plumber and you fixed the pipes at a local restaurant that's popular and has a website, and they put a link on their website to you, say, hey, this guy took care of us.
Yeah.
That's gold, man.
BBB, Chamber of Commerce, local church affiliation, stuff like that.
But it's not something you pay for. It's something that occurs naturally, because it kind of like DataPins in a way. Yeah. It occurs naturally because of your activity in your market.
Right. So the continuity of the brand, they used to call it name, address, phone number, and enhancement of that was an old school metrics when citations became popular. This would be like your company links as they came out of, Bing or Google or Home Advisor or Yelp, and primary, even like a MapQuest or something, like stuff that they might give some credit to, not some ridiculous directory that no one's heard of. So it's like, we're doing 200 citations. Who cares? Because Google only recognizes 20 of them.
Yeah.
So So you could have some brands around the web, not local, that help a little bit. Stuff like Jason's talking about, which is almost non-existent. But make no mistake, when someone says they're doing backlinks for your plumbing company, they're coming out of Mumbai or someplace like that.
Mumbai or Russia or something like that.
Romania. They're coming out of somewhere that they can get, 20 cents on the dollar for labor and do it cheap. And it is cheap. So they figured this out eons ago because everyone was trying to exploit Google. And what did they start doing? So good question. Nobody ever asked me these questions. I have to make them up while I'm talking to people. What should we do, Nolan? Here's what you should do. You shouldn't be going down these rabbit holes of insanity because you learned 10 years late what SEO is and you don't know what it is today. So you should be sending good digital brand signaling. Hey, Google, we did a job. Here's a data pin. Worked on a Rinnai tankless water heater. Just also fixed somebody's front yard line leak. Did a hydro jetting. Replaced some pipes with PEX. Whole house repiping. It's like, would you please recognize this? Because that lady was sweet, but she ain't leaving me no review. By the way, I got this badass Plumber Webmaster's website, and I'm going to pin every job I do up there. I've done more than 50
Here's my
reviews.
location. Here's a photo showing me doing it.
Could you please recognize? Because we've been doing stuff forever. Finally, I got DataPins, and now you see my 1,000 jobs. And smack around these other plumbers in town, get me up in ranking. I don't care about those fools. I need all the calls. So that's what you should be doing. Your geo coordinates, your pictures, what you did. This is going to expand content, signals of experience, expertise, authority, and trust, EEAT or EAT, Google's version of SEO, not your old school version of SEO, which will spam you out the wazoo and have you not show up in rankings. I have another way to look at it. You're not smarter than Google. You're not smarter than their AI, sentient bot, whatever it is. You're not smarter than that. And some fool that sold you this, that's working out of the basement or the multinational company.
Yeah.
I could name a bunch of them. The old mall bells, they all suck. You know they do. And they're still calling people at Mumbai to do their links for you if they do them. So I don't care if it's multinational or just some kid. Hey, I'm a digital nomad, backpacking around Philippines, doing your job. And then your shit don't move. You don't get no calls. And you wonder why. Because you've got a poor quality website, poor quality work, poor quality digital brand signaling. And what they are doing, they're probably cheating and causing an algorithmic penalty so you don't do well in rankings. Boom! I
laughed about the Philippines.
Drop the code.
Because I know someone who literally did that.
Oh, yeah.
Actually did SEO work while backpacking around in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, my snobby version of that is that I did it, but I stayed in America, fools. I went to Hawaii and did it. Then I woke up and came back because I needed to work where the economy was and not there. But yeah, people with no skill sets running across to third world countries to try to see a beach because they ain't got no money, but they got your $1,000 a month. And then it doesn't even work. And then they hustle you on the phone because that $1,000 spends damn well in Thailand.
Yeah.
They got a maid, they got a cook, and you got no plumbing calls. They got a whole staff.
Man, you're getting some people riled up.
Who's listening to this from Thailand?
No, I mean, some of our potential clients are going to be like, damn it, he's right.
Yeah, no, I damn sure am right about it. And you need to be told in a good old boy Texas straightforward format. So we're out of Fort Worth, Texas, too, by the way. We'll never sub out your work. I've said this before, and I'm not necessarily proud of it, but I'm capitalistic enough to ship everybody's jobs offshore if they let me, and which is the problem we're in right now. But guess what? Every time we tried, guess what?
Shitty labor.
Bad labor. Got to give it to Americans. We work too hard. We're skilled as hell. We get the job done. And it's hard to manage people when they're not under roof because people are just inherently lazy and won't do the work well. So if they're not under the roof, you can't manage it. And Americans run circles around the rest of the world when it comes to quality skilled labor. Just do. And even if it wasn't the same, we're in America dealing with Americans and doing American shit.
Right.
Somebody can't even translate that content properly.
Oh, God.
I
remember those days.
Talking about stuff that doesn't exist. We don't have sewage filling up the whole house, man. We don't have I had somebody writing a home invasion stuff on a site one time.
Really?
Yeah. What are you talking about? They don't have it. That's a nightmare. It's like, oh, that's a regular occurrence here where you're paying for your writing to be done. Anyway, yeah. Forget about the code base. My God, that was a train wreck. The software programming out of the country.
Oh,
do you remember when we went to Ukraine before? Ukraine don't sound bad.
Before
Ukraine.
the war.
Yeah, before the war, we tried software programming. Anyway, you got to be careful. It was bad.
Yeah, we spent a lot of money and got nothing out of it.
We got 0 because we had to rewrite all of it.
Yeah.
With what? American labor right here. So, yeah, all of it happens here. You want all this stuff done properly. You don't want to pay a bunch of bozos to call a bunch of bozos. You don't want to go into a sales routine. I want to say this too. Look us up. Look us up on Google. We do this podcast. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Instagram. We own a software company. It's not white labeled. It's called DataPins. Look up plumbingwebmasters.com, datapins.com. We have a 4.9 rating on our Google business profile. We've been in business 15 years with the webmasters. We've been in business 6 years with the software company. Nobody has that either. So I know all the stories. I'm crying about this and that. These people messed me around. I'm just going to give up. And I didn't do it to you. And you didn't check these people like you could check us. So I said, well, they said they were the best. I said, yeah, you got emails and sales spiels, but they didn't have the credentials we have.
Right.
You know, we earned those credentials over the course of time.
The hard way.
The hard way. So, yeah, guys, quit slamming in junk, get data pins, get proper digital brand signaling. No SEO's not dead. The top people in any market, they're killing it. Their phone rings every day because organic leads to get calls off of Google Maps, Bing Maps, ChatGPT, Gemini AI, all that stuff. It'll make the phone ring regularly. It is so much less expensive than other things that I don't even talk about it. And who else do you ever even listen to that doesn't try to sell you crud? Yeah,
we don't really try to upsell. A lot of people are surprised by that.
I had somebody the other day say, I was talking to them and they were kind of licking their wounds. Every day I hear the stories, and I go through spells to where I just can't handle it anymore. I'm just full of hearing everyone's problems of all their screwing around, feel like they got screwed by somebody type thing.
Yeah,
I don't have empathy for it though, because like I said, when I was a young ignorant boy doing stuff, nobody came and just some king didn't ride up on a white horse and reach down with his golden glove and, hey, little Nolen, let me pull you out of the mud and the gunk and the muck. I'm going to give you the golden ticket, boy. I went through the same shit, so I have to listen. I have to listen to businessmen cry over and over again. Well, they did this and that. I don't know who they are,
and we didn't do it.
There's no thing that I'm aware of that you can sign a deal with the devil or God and blood stamp it and get out. Bypass all your woes. There's nothing like that. Somebody got screwed around by a marketing company, got sold links at a Mumbai, India, another plumbing company, doesn't get any phone calls. So
join the club.
By God, it's business. What are you going to do? Who are you going to call? You got to try again.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, please don't say you're going to do Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you said who you going to call.
Holy crap!
I'm an '80s kid. Come on.
Yeah.
Say who you're going to call, and just first thing comes to mind.
Who you going to call? That was so awesome, man. Driving down the street, cranking up that. Do you remember that song?
Oh, yeah.
That was the best song ever. It's embarrassing to know that we actually cranked it up on the radio. Everybody was playing that.
Yeah. Going down the street shouting Ghostbusters at your car.
It was good. It's embarrassing.
And those were the cool kids doing that.
It's embarrassing to think back on it that we actually cranked up Who You Gonna Call. What was the name of that guy? It was a one-hit wonder.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Now that you asked,
he was like an artist. He made like jingles or like artistic. He was like an artist type musician, and they had him make that one song.
And that was like his one ginormous hit.
Those are the things that make me feel bad about myself. That guy's one hit wonder is better than my life. Like the dude that wrote Ghostbusters. It is. Like, right?
He retired off that song.
Yeah, he retired off of writing the Ghostbusters song, and he could stop right now and go perform that. And somebody give me $50,000, $100,000.
Yeah.
Right now, maybe more. Guys, that is way off track. Yeah. But I will tell you, we're damn good with plumbers, even though the Ghostbuster guy beat me. Yeah. But he just did. Who are you going to call? Plumbing Webmasters.
There you go.
All right, guys.
We can probably pay a local artist to perform that.
No, sued, man. All right, guys, we'd like to hear from you. Get you up in ranking. May not be as good as writing the Ghostbusters song, but you make some money. Have a life. Buy a lake house. Have some good times, man. All right, see ya.